Hello there, it's me, Adam, again. What you're looking at here is the official program from the 122nd running of the Boston Marathon 2018. There it is. Has a lot of goodies in here. Really cool stuff in there. But want to give you a quick recap. I'm home now, so it's good to be here. Good to be back in Cali on the West Coast. And got in last night, close to about 12 o'clock. From Boston, flew into Los Angeles. From Los Angeles, quick layover to San Francisco, drove home, and it's just good to be back. Got a lot of rest. I'm very thankful that my legs aren't as beat up as I thought they would be. Feeling pretty good. Was going to take maybe several days off. May not take it after all. Just going to have a good time. Start running again. Take a couple days off, but I'll be out running again probably the next couple days. But exciting news. Wanted to talk a little bit about some of the winners here and top male and top females of the Boston Marathon. Real exciting. Out of the top 16 males, 11, if I'm counting correct, 11 were from the USA. And I want to say, and out of the females, probably 12 to 13 were from the USA. The top winners, the top bracket. I can tell you, not long ago, probably 6 years ago, you would never see that. You would see out of, say, 15, maybe 5, 6 Americans, maybe, both on the male and female side. But now you're talking the majority. I've been watching the Americans for a while. They have been coming on strong for several years. Now it's showing at an international stage how they are international players in the running game, elite, world-class athletes competing against the world's best, there were 99 countries. I thought there were over 100, but there was 99 countries there represented in the best converging on the Boston Marathon. Again, there's 6 world majors. They call it world major marathons, and Boston is one of them. So let me see if I can get off the top of my head. So you got Boston, you got New York, you got Chicago, you got Berlin, you have, I think, Tokyo, and this one more, is it Munich, Germany, possibly? So I may be off one, but I'm pretty close. So 6 world majors, and Boston is one of those. So on the female side, congrats to Desiree Linden. Desiree Linden. She is actually, she is an amazing athlete, world-class athlete. And it's kind of cool because she's actually from California. She is from SoCal, Southern California. She's actually a Hispanic female from Southern California. So it's kind of like, yeah. She lives in Michigan, trained by the Hansons up in Michigan, sponsored by Brooks. And that's actually the plan I follow, by the way. The Hanson Brooks, the Hanson method is the plan I follow. Been following them for several years. And that has qualified, that's helped me qualify for the Boston Marathon for 4 years. My first one, Hanson's. It's actually, it's a little kind of a little different take on how the marathon training and working up to the marathon, but it's pretty cool. It worked for me 4 years, and I'm very thankful for that. So out of the females, like I said, the males, 11 out of the 10 or 11 out of the top 16. 11 out of the top 16 were USA. Out of the females, like 13 of the top 16 were from the USA. Really cool stuff. So congrats to all the winners there a couple days ago. Also, congrats to Daniel Tapia, the guy I interviewed. So by the way, you need to check out that interview. Daniel Tapia is trained by the Mammoth Track Club up in Mammoth Lakes, California. He's from the coast, Monterey Seaside area. And he is, you talk about a great world-class athlete. He came in 16th place, but let me tell you something about that. You don't always win. None of these world-class athletes always win. Just like every team. On any given Sunday, a football team, NFL, anything can happen out there. Daniel Tapia, 99 countries, 32,000 people, came in 16th place. I'd say it's pretty darn good. That is a world-class athlete at its best. So, let me tell you, several of the elite athletes didn't even finish for whatever reason. One guy, Sage Canaday, out of Colorado, who is an elite athlete, said he got hypothermia out there. So anything can happen. So Daniel Tapia, congrats to you. there's a guy who says you don't always win, and you're not always the best, but the important thing is you get the best out of yourself. And I'm telling you, I'm sure Daniel Tapia, he laid it all on the line that day in Boston a couple days ago. So congrats to a great finish. I think he finished right around 2:28 and some change, which is crazy fast. And in those conditions, woo! Congrats to him. He is due. He's won several major races. Not major marathons yet, but major races, especially in California and other places. He is right in there with the world's best. You talk about almost 8 billion people, 99 countries. He comes in 16th place. That's what kind of elite athlete he is. So, congrats to him. And also, on the plane, really cool thing. On the plane, I was sitting next to a lady that, she was an older lady, and she looks at me and she says, I had my marathon jacket on the plane yesterday. Congrats to you. Oh, well, thank you very much. She didn't have it, didn't say or didn't show anything that she ran the marathon, but I know her legs were sore. I thought it was because she was, maybe experienced some kind of leg pain. I didn't know. But turns out, towards the end of our flight, she tells me that she raced the Boston Marathon. She's over 80 years old. Over 80. She ran 26.2 miles in tremendous, brutal weather. She finished that thing. And her name is Mickey Shapiro. So this is her here. And she actually raises money for Team Red Cross. And she has been running since 1978. Has done tremendous amount of full triathlons, the Hawaiian and other triathlons around the world. She's run in Hawaii, of course, Boston, New York, London. Oh, the London Marathon, that's the one. So it's not Munich, it's the London Marathon. That's the other world major. So I'm sorry, I just threw it off. Amsterdam, Berlin, Israel, New Zealand, Canada, Hawaii. She's run triathlons and she's run 5 of the 6 world majors. And she's over 80 years old. What a tremendous example and role model for us all. Age, according to Mickey, is just a number. She gets out there. She says, running has given me joy, independence, self-esteem, self-respect, discipline, motivation, and so much more. There she is right there. There's Mickey Shapiro. What an amazing athlete and an amazing woman and an amazing human being. So congrats to you, Mickey. So you never know who you're sitting next to. She didn't, we're in the plane for almost 6.5 hours. She never mentioned it. And towards the last, it just kind of came up. Oh my, me, I'm wearing my jacket and everything. By the way, this is the shirt they give you right here, which is pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool shirt, I think. It's made by Adidas. This is the 2018 Boston Marathon, John Hancock. And it actually has all the cities you run through right here. All the cities you run through getting to Boston from Hopkinton. Anyways, so I had a great time up there. It was wonderful out there. And ran to my boy Eric. But Fernando Cabada, my boy, he's running in London. He's in London right now. He'll be running Sunday. So he's looking to do some good things out there. He's hoping to get under 2:15, maybe 2:12 on the marathon, which is it's a whole different level. It's Daniel Tapia, those kind of guys. It's an elite world-class field. It's a deep-seated field in London. These guys are some crazy fast guys. So congrats to you running that major this Sunday, Fernando. And good luck. Take it, crush it, and I know you will. Also, ran to my boy Eric Aguilar over there in Boston, which was really cool. I saw Meb there, and I was interviewing Daniel. He's interviewing Maide Perez, national champion of Mexico. Met all those people. It was really, really cool. But I hung out with Eric. Eric says, come along with me. He was one of the journalists, media that covered the Boston Marathon. So he got into all the, he was in the media room. So what does he do? He says, after the interview, my interview, after his interview, he says, come with me. So I go with him. He takes me to the media room, which is downstairs, which is like high top secret. We can't even video in there. So you can talk about NBC, who covered the Boston Marathon. They own the rights to the Boston Marathon. CBS, NPR, all London Times, they were all downstairs in this media room. So he takes me in there. So you see the media guide for the Together Forward was kind of their hashtag. So I haven't even opened it yet, but I was with the journalist downstairs at the Boston Marathon a day before. Got to sit with the journalists, media, hanging out with the swells of the Boston. Ran into Bill Rogers, baby, 4-time winner of the Boston Marathon. Got a quick Instagram video with him. So he's like a legend, Bill Rogers, the legend. So I was really hanging out with some crazy cool people. Again, the media people, got to meet them. He took me in, they signed me in, kind of gave me my little pass to get through. They had tons of food for us. So it was a really, really cool time. I had the time of my life up in Boston. And of course, Dave and seeing and Fernando's athletes and others that I saw there. It was really, really cool. Had a lot of fun over there. And Boston, I'll be back again. Let me tell you one last thing. This is going to be a quick video. I'm just going on and on. I'm starting to get a little tired. I'm still kind of beat up from the marathon. But the Boston community, the city of Boston, and Mass in general. I say Mass because I have a hard time saying Massachusetts. So the state, we're getting brutalized by the weather. There was so much support along the route. There was families. There was thousands, and I don't even know, probably tens of thousands of people throughout the course in tremendous, brutal weather conditions that were just shouting on. They were just shouting. They were just shouting your name. I was wearing green. Go, guy in the green. Go, guy. Throughout. There was times during that run where you couldn't even hear anything. It was so loud, the cheering. There was children out there, older people, men, women, children, everybody were, excuse me, I've been drinking water all day, I apologize, lined up, and the rain was going sideways. They were cheering you on for 26 miles. And of course, going through mile 13, I'm not even going to say, so anybody who knows, if you watch this video, what mile 13 entails, you got to run it, you'll know. Basically, about a mile out, you'll begin to hear the cheers that are shouting. It's a tunnel, not a tunnel, but of avalanche of shouts and screams. You hear from a mile away. I'm like, I can hear them. And you go through that area, and you talk about support. Oh my! It's got to be one of the most supportive communities, I would say, in the world for any sporting event. I know, you got, I get the Olympics. I'm sure you got NFL teams that get out, but I'm telling you, there are several cities involved, tens of thousands, a route of 26 miles of people that are shouting for you in tremendous, brutal weather conditions that are out there shouting for you, cheering for you. Of course, 13, all throughout. Then you go to Newton Hills, Heartbreak Hill, throughout, people shouting for you. Then you come in the last couple mile, and you see the Citgo sign. And then that last half mile on Boylston Street. And just tons of people. Thank you, Boston. Thank you, really. I mean, there's many cities, like there's Hopkinton, Farmington, and I don't want to forget any city, but all the different cities we ran through, people, thank you, the city, the whole state of Massachusetts, something like that. Thank you guys all. Had a wonderful time. And again, make sure you check out the video with Daniel Tapia. Support him. Trained by the Mammoth Track Club, which involves Dina Castro and other world-class athletes up in Mammoth Lakes, California. And thank you again, everybody. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you guys soon.